Hey guys, it's Ben. It is a Sunday today, and it has been a pretty dang good day so far. You know, did my usual morning stuff. Got to see my cousin, and I got to see her little toddler, who is precious as all get out. Who I'm an only child, essentially. Or yeah. I mean, I'm an only child. So my cousins are essentially like my sisters and my brothers. Um, but essentially, you know, she my cousin is the only one right now who has a kid, and so this is sort of like my kind of de facto niece, if you will, even though she's my cousin. Um, it was great getting to spend time with them. Thinking about, it gets me thinking a lot about, it gets me thinking about the future of stuff for up and comers like her, little Ellie. She is gonna be 3 in November, and I was really one of the things I thought was just funny, that I just couldn't help but be kind of taken aback by, was when she was first really little. She was she was shown a lot of modern day kids movies, kids shows and stuff, all CGI, animated stuff, like Trolls. I think that she really liked Trolls. Then when they first showed her 2D animation, it freaked her out. It kind of scared her a little bit. I thought that was kind of interesting to me, because I think in a way it was like with the generation before. We were so used to 2D animation, and then when we first saw CGI, it was like our minds blew. Like it was just something like we weren't used to. It was so weird, and it's just funny seeing that kind of in reverse. Like, just making me think, like, wow, so is this going to be like a thing for the next generation? Hopefully we'll get more stuff, kind of like the Rocco reboot, where we'll get to see sort of a resurgence of 2D animation, particularly for kids, because I just always like 2D animation. There was something about it. There was that brightness, that I get, it kind of gives you that almost a positivity just kind of emits from it, no matter what kind of story it is. I don't know, maybe that's just a generational thing, I don't know, but yeah, that was really good stuff. And it's funny, her father actually was a big Final Fantasy fan too. Her father exposed her to Final Fantasy when she was young. I proved in spades. I think she mainly saw like 15 and stuff. 15, good. It's better than putting her on 13. Right off the bat. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being kind of a jerk, but I don't really care. Yeah, I do care. Shut up, Ben. So anyway, yeah, I was just thinking about what it's gonna be like for the next generation, in entertainment. I think about the fact that, like, as much as I love to make fun of the modern Disney Channel, as much as I love to laugh at just the absurdity of the one note everything, it just also makes me feel kind of bad, because I feel like the next generation, you know, there's so much more that they could be, you know, that they could be exposed to. Case in point, I mean, the most obvious example that I've gone to from before, Girl Meets World versus Boy Meets World. I loved the concept of Girl Meets World a lot. I thought that was a great idea as a sequel. You know, Corey and Topanga now are in the roles of the parents, and now their child, their daughter, is the up and comer, and it's also a unique addition for the show, because it was like we saw Boy Meets World, we saw what it's like for a boy growing up in the 90s. Now we're going to see what it's like for a girl growing up in the 2000s or 2010s. You know, that's cool, you know, to me. I thought that was a great concept, but you know, they held back so much based on this like over censorship crap, based on this like, you know, like not wanting to, I guess, offend you for a second or whatever. But it's like, you know, do people kind of forget that like that's kind of part of the learning experience? You know, like not everything that you learn at first is like kind of pleasant, you know, like, because unfortunately we live in a very, very flawed world, and people act on selfish impulse all too often, and it makes no damn sense when you're trying to teach people values, blah blah blah. I don't know, maybe I'm just proselytizing too much, but you know, I feel like the kids, they deserve more, especially since you know, with each new generation, you know, the kids are getting smarter and sharper sooner. Little Ellie is not even 3 yet, and she's smart. She's talking. She actually speaks with both spoken and sign language. So I mean, you know, sky's the limit, and it's like, and I'm glad my cousin, of course, you know, she of course exposes her to old stuff as well as new stuff. You know, that's cool. But yeah, I just I hope that there's kind of a pushback at some point against. Well, I mean, there already is technically a pushback, but it always feels like it's mired by just constant media interference of people taking sides, sticking up for their little buddies, blah blah blah. You know, I just want to see a resurgence in creativity, in being able to speak your mind, even when what you're saying is not pleasant, even when what you're saying is not, you know, may not even be true. It may not be, you know, well, I mean, well, of course, you know, everybody's freaking lying right now, but yeah. I gotta quit it with my my cynical asides. But anyway, this was kind of a more, I guess, a slightly more heartfelt video, although I do my best to try to avoid showing my true vulnerability so as to you know, keep my lion status. But you know, we can do so much better. We can do so much better. It's like the blueprints for a better future are already kind of there, but everybody's wrapped up in ego and pride right now, and everybody's wrapped up in factionism, and over censorship is crap. You're not gonna okay, hush, Ben, hush. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I don't know if I'm going to keep this video up. Please, yeah. Outlaw Nights is coming to Indiegogo on September 24th. It is going to be frickin' awesome. Just got in a cover page from my artist, Render Contender. And once again, it's like opening up a Christmas gift when you're 5 years old. You know, it's the best. Like, every time he sends me something, he just blows me away every time. He is super talented, and he deserves as much work as he can get. Whew. So anyway, be sure to look forward to Outlaw Nights, and I will talk to you tomorrow.